Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Home Cook, where we try to find as many dishes as we can and try to make them relatively inexpensive. So, our goal is to get anywhere between generally less than $15 or less than $5, preferably. So, today we're going to be making roasted pumpkin seeds. So, you're going to start by getting a large pumpkin and carving it open like such. You'll see the guts of the pumpkin right here, and I guess you're gonna think, there's not a lot of not a lot of seeds in there, but trust me, once you start to get a spoon and carve them out, you will. So you're gonna take a large spoon and you're going to carve the top of the. It depends how you carve your pumpkin, but the top of the pumpkin, and eventually you're just going to give up, like I will eventually, and use your hands to get it out because it's a lot easier. So just set your pumpkin top aside and start scraping the sides of the pumpkin to release all that fleshy interior and get the seeds out. And right here I just completely give up because the spoon does not work. So the pumpkin was $3, so it's relatively inexpensive, and the total cost for this entire meal is going to be about $3.25, relatively inexpensive. So you just put your top back on your pumpkin, grab a colander, put the seeds in, run them under cool water, and shake them out. Use your hands to run through them, and like you see there is get out you want all the pumpkin flesh out of the pumpkin seeds. So then you're going to take a pot of water, fill it really halfway filled with water, and you're going to put salt inside of it, and this is going to help break down that slimy coating that's outside the pumpkin seeds and will help them roast more evenly. So once you get your pot of water boiling, you're going to drop your pumpkin seeds in there, and you're going to slowly get the remainder, just toss them in there. Can't leave any survivors. And you're going to have to slowly stir the pumpkin seeds in there to have them more evenly. You want to get them off the sides so they don't start to burn or cook. And once it gets just like this, where it's starting to get a rolling boil, and that's where it brings things out on the sides. It's going to bring them down, and it's going to bring them back up over the water to get them more evenly cooked. So after about 10 minutes roasting or boiling rather, you're going to lay them out on eventually you'll see that I switch to a paper towel because the cloth doesn't absorb as much as I'd like. It holds too much moisture in it. So you're going to want to spread them about one layer of pumpkin seeds all. You don't want them to be overlapping because you don't want too much moisture in them. This is going to cause them to steam in the oven rather than to cook all the way through. So once you're going to slowly, just like I'm very slowly, spread them out and then pat them dry a little bit. And pat them dry. It's going to take a few seconds. And then in the meantime, while you're waiting for them to dry, which it's going to take about an hour for them to dry completely, or 90% of the way done, you might as well just carve the pumpkin you have. I did this actually after Halloween. I think this was a couple days after Halloween. And you'll see there I have the fantastic hair clip because I'm growing my hair out for some reason. And you're just going to carve your pumpkin. It looks kind of dorky, but I liked him. He's been sitting outside of my house for a couple of days now, and it's almost time to throw him out. But as he's there, and we're going to turn him around, and you'll see him. There he is. There's the buddy. All right, so now I eventually transferred them to 2 paper towels, and you're going to pat them dry. And when you relatively see no seeds coming up after you pat them, you know they're dry for the most part. You're going to go through them now, and you'll see some lighter yellow almost pumpkin seeds. Those are the ones that don't have the seeds inside of them, and it's just the hull. Go through, collect as much as you can. You'll see a couple, and just toss them out. And I continue to keep finding them even after I throw them out. Then after this, you're going to want to transfer them to a bowl, and this is going to be where you're going to mix all of the seasonings together to make your pumpkin seeds, your roasted pumpkin seeds. So you're going to start with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You want a lighter oil, and then your seasonings of your choice. I chose paprika and cayenne pepper. I wanted a little sweeter heat to it. You can do just normal salt and pepper. I know some people are doing like cinnamon and smoked paprika to get a smoky sweetness to it. I just chose cayenne pepper and paprika because I like a little heat to mine. It's pretty much seasoned to taste. I do a basic covering, dusting of it, and you're gonna mix it by hand. You can also use a spoon if you'd like, but it was just easier for me to mix it by hand, right this time at least. And then, like me, I'm going to completely forget to start baking and turning on the oven. So now I will turn on the oven, and then you're going to transfer it to a baking pan. Line it with aluminum foil. This is just going to make it a little easier to cook the pumpkin seeds. You're going to cook them. There's a few ways to do it. I did 325 degrees. You're going to cook them for a total of 25 minutes. And every 10 minutes, you're going to take them out like I'm doing now, and you're going to want to stir and rotate the pumpkin seeds because most ovens, they're going to have certain spots where they get hotter in. This is going to allow them to have more evenly cooked and not burn. So after 10 minutes, stir them, allow them to cool for just a minute. So after you finish stirring them, that's enough time for them to cool. Put them back in the oven for an additional 10 minutes. I'm going to try the pumpkin seeds, realize that they needed another 5 minutes, and I'm still going to be eating them for some reason. They didn't taste bad at this point, but they weren't as crunchy as I'd like them on the outside. So I'm going to give them another stir to make sure they're all nice and mixed in, none are burning. And then we're going to transfer them back into the oven. And there we are. As you see, none are sticking. They look fantastic. A really nice golden brown crunch to them. I'm going to continue to stir them, though I really don't need to. And just, I guess, toss them up like some nice coin medallions, some bullion. Or no, bullion? Anyway, they taste fantastic. They look fantastic. They smell great. There's a really nice crunchiness to them. Some people eat the shells, some don't. I really like to eat the shells with them. And there we have it. I put them in a little jar so I can keep them on the counter, keep them in the fridge for up to 6 months. They're really relatively quick to make. The longest point is just waiting for them to dry. So I really thank you for watching today's video, and hopefully I'll make some more. Have a good one.